May I come in, sir?
Rahul, come in.
Good evening, sir.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
Sit down, Rahul.
Thank you.
Rahul Balhara,
Yes, sir.
you come from Rohtak and you done BTech.
Yes, sir.
For the last, you did BTech in 2016.
Yes, sir.
For the last 6 years, you've been trying to join the civil services.
Yes, sir.
You tried 5 times for foreign service,
Yes, sir.
forest service. This is your 6th time for civil services.
Yes, sir.
You also paid for the CAPF,
Yes, sir.
but it didn't work out. Why?
Sir, I had a transition from sports to education.
Mhm.
I was a wrestler before going to college. I trained for 6 years. So it was a difficult transition for me and it took me some time. I have been seeing some...
No, but then you had done BTech already at a comparatively young age,
Yes, sir.
isn't it? That also requires some education, no?
Yes, sir. Sir, but this preparation was a totally different thing for me because I did not have humanities background, and this exam, it was complicated and it took me some time to understand.
And you have done nothing else since then? You're not doing a job?
Sir, I have been...
Your parents are funding you?
Sir, I have been self-dependent from past 5 years. I have been working in various coaching institutes as a part-time working, sir.
Okay. You play football, you said, and then you said you are a wrestler also.
Yes, sir.
Let's ask 2 questions on football first. Where was the last Football World Cup held?
Sir, it was held in Qatar in 2021.
What do you know about Qatar? Qatar is a small country, I understand.
Yes, sir.
What do you know about it?
Sir, geographically, it lies on the Saudi Arabian Peninsula and it is an Islamic country. It is well known for its high per capita income and high energy and mineral oil resources.
What is the population?
The population is very less, around 0.3 million.
You know, I don't think any World Cup has been held in such a small country before. There was controversy also when it was allotted to Qatar.
Yes, sir.
What was the controversy? What are the allegations?
Sir, it was alleged that the previous FIFA president, he took some kickbacks to organize World Cup in Qatar, and it was hotly debated issue because of the human rights also. But sir, it was a successful event in the end.
What were the human rights violations?
Sir, Qatar did not have football infrastructure in place, so they did manufacturing and construction work at a very fast rate, and the migrant workers, so many migrant workers died during the construction, and it was alleged that there was no human rights that was allotted to these construction workers because of the high working hours.
Great.
Thank you, sir.
And who won the World Cup?
Sir, Argentina won the World Cup.
Defeating whom?
France.
What was the score difference?
Sir, it was 3-3, and then it... Sorry, sir. Then it won on penalties.
Okay, fine. And who was the third? Third and fourth teams?
Sir, France played England.
No. Finally, in the end results, one was Argentina, two
Yes,
was
sir.
France, who was third?
Sir, third was Croatia and
Correct.
fourth was Morocco.
Morocco. Right. Great.
Thank you, sir.
Wrestlers have been agitating. You are a wrestler also.
Yes, sir.
In Jantar Mantar, they have been sitting for the last 3 days.
Yes, sir.
What are their demands?
Sir, there are 2 primary demands of the wrestlers. First is that the WFI president, he should resign because of the sexual harassment allegations, and second is that there are arbitrary trials just before competitions which make the performances of the wrestlers poor, and these are 2 primary demands of the wrestlers.
You've been involved with this sport for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear about these allegations before?
Sir, in unofficial circles, it is well known that female wrestlers go through these sexual harassments during trials and during their upcoming years.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Rahul, what are the latest? You read the newspapers daily?
Yes,
How
sir.
many papers you read?
Sir, I just read one newspaper.
Tribune?
No, sir. The Hindu.
The Hindu?
Yes, sir.
What are the latest news Main news headlines, 2, 3.
Sir, today this wrestling news was there, and sir, Joshimath is also in very much news, and sorry sir, I am not able to recall more news right now.
Take a minute.
Yes sir. Thank you sir. Sir, collegium system is in news. Collegium system, and there was a news today that Supreme Court collegium system has decided to appoint a lawyer because the government is protesting against his sexual orientation, but the collegium has decided to go with it.
What is your opinion in this matter? Should people with that type of background be appointed?
Sir, I think everybody deserves to have equal chances in our country, and sexual orientation is a private thing, and it does not and should not impact a person's career prospects.
My last question to you, what is the PLI scheme?
Sir, sir, if I can ask, is it performance linked incentive scheme?
Is production linked?
Yes, sir. Sir, this scheme was launched in during the COVID times to increase the manufacturing output of various sectors, and government is giving subsidies based on the production outcomes, so it is linked on the production levels of the sectors.
Which sectors are covered?
Sir, I am not able to recall the exact sectors, but there are few sectors, manufacturing sectors, such as biotechnology sectors, and sir, vaccine program also came under this, and sir, I am not able to exactly recall the specific names, sir.
What is Gabbar Singh tax?
Sorry sir, I am not aware about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you sir.
You know what GST is?
Yes sir.
GST is called Gabbar Singh tax.
Sorry sir, I was not aware about it.
But now you know GST.
Yes sir.
So would you like to answer that question now?
Yes sir, goods and services tax is indirect taxation which replaces all the taxes that were prevalent in our country, and it is one uniform tax that end use customer have to pay on selective products.
Shall I continue now? It was your yeah. There is an allegation that the GST actually gives more financial powers to center over the states. Do you agree? If so, explain. If you don't agree, please explain.
Yes sir. Sir, the GST rates are decided through the GST Council, which has representation of center and states, and center has 1/3 representation in that GST Council, so it has upper hand in deciding the rates, but it was always done with discussions with the states. So I think sir, there may be some disagreements between center and states, but sir, discussion has taken part, and since its introductions there are positive impacts that are seen in our economy.
Who collects the GST?
Yes sir. Sir, the center collects the GST sir.
And therefore the state's portion of the GST will be who will disburse that portion.
Sir, the taxation revenue is disbursed on the recommendations of the Finance Commission.
So if there is a dispute between the center and the state, and the center says, or center does not simply give the state's portion of the GST to the state,
Yes sir.
what is the recourse that the state has?
So the states can go to the Honorary Supreme Court, and there are other avenues also which can be explored, such as these council committees where the states can put forward their views, and the GST compensation issue that is going on has been resolved through this channel only, sir.
Okay. You come from Rohtak.
Yes sir.
How many people in Haryana have confidence that the courts will provide justice in time and fairly?
Sir, our democracy has this belief, our people has this belief in democracy, and our judiciary has maintained that belief. So sir, I would say sir, most of the people, especially in my district, has faith in our judicial system, sir.
You're sure about that?
Yes sir.
I come from Haryana.
Okay sir.
I know people there.
Yes, sir.
Do you still want to maintain the same statement?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you just one or two questions on the foreign policy issues.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Pakistan has been now asking India to enter into talks.
Yes, sir.
Shahbaz Sharif has made a statement. Please tell me whether we should take that statement on face value, trust him, and if so, even if we can take him on the face value, what should we do to start the talks with Pakistan?
Yes, sir. Sir, our experience with Pakistan has shown us that the talks with the democratic government there is not always successful because deep state acts there. So, sir, prima facie we have to take the statement and go ahead with the talks, but we have to vary of its intentions, and the deep state there, and that is the military, has always other plans. So we have to look at our security arrangements and we have to be alert all the time. But sir, I think discussions are a way forward towards peace.
So what should we do in terms of entering the conversation or talks or whatever?
Sir, we can utilize the track to diplomacy. We can utilize the sports diplomacy where contacts can be made, and sir, officially also we can hold talks through summits such as SAARC or sir SCO also. Right.
Okay, but our stand always has been that we shall not have any conversations or negotiations with Pakistan till they put an end to cross-border terrorism.
Yes, sir.
So shall we start the talks then? We didn't mention terrorism at all.
Sir, terrorism has been a thorn in our relations, and sir,
Has been what?
a thorn in our relations.
Thorn.
Thorn, sir. Thank you, sir. It has been a thorn in our relations, but sir, we have seen, sir, our talks with Pakistan does not impact how the terrorism angle goes between both the countries. So if we have discussions with them, so there is a chance that we can tackle it better. But we have to always keep this in mind that Pakistan is a state which is controlled by military and non-state actors work well there. So sir, we should keep in mind, but we should always talk to the democratic government there, sir.
All right. What do we, international community through UN, have been trying for a long time to adopt a convention on international terrorism. It's called CCPIT.
Yes, sir.
Comprehensive Convention on International Terrorism.
Yes, sir.
Have we adopted such a convention so far?
Sir, their discussions are going on, but there is no agreement on adoption of the convention, sir.
What is the difficulty?
Sir, the actual things that are acting as a difficulty is that there is no definition of terrorism. What we define terrorism might be different from what Pakistan or what US or England defines terrorism.
So, in case, just like in the case of USA, when Osama bin Laden attacked the World Trade Center, American forces, they came into Pakistan and they killed him. They took his body away and disposed of at the sea. They could do it. What should we do in terms of the terrorists whom Pakistan is hiding in its own territory?
Sir, a strong country which needs to do these covert operations, and I believe, sir, we must also take some actions which are covert, and they should not escalate into a full-fledged war, but sir, there should be covert operations which should take out the enemies that have acted against our soil.
Do you think we can do it without any international repercussions?
Sir, there will be repercussions, especially because we are not so economically powerful as USA. But sir, we have to start somewhere, and we cannot let this cross-border terrorism act against the development initiatives of our country, sir.
Last question.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard of the word Quad?
Yes, sir.
What is Quad?
Sir, Quad is an informal agreement between India, US, and Australia and UK, sir.
Do you say informal?
Yes, sir.
Carry on.
Sir, it is a way to, sir, I'm sorry, sir, I am not able to exactly recall its same, but we can say that it is an informal arrangement to manage the free lines of communication through the seas and a democratic world order, sir.
How do we do that? Has there been any formal meeting of Quad?
Yes, sir, there has been a formal meeting.
Where?
Sir, sorry, sir, I am not able
Okay,
to exactly
doesn't matter.
recall. Yes, sir.
So, what did that meeting? What did they discuss, and what was the result?
Sorry, sir, I am not well versed with the
All right.
outcomes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Rahul, you like football.
Yes, sir.
So, what were you? Forward, goalkeeper?
Yes,
You-
sir, I was a forward.
You are a forward.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, you tell me, Ronaldo was in the news recently.
Yes, sir.
Tell us why.
Sir, Ronaldo used to play in Manchester United, and his contract was terminated, and then he joined a Saudi Arabian club called Al Nassr, and it is the biggest football deal, biggest football contract that any professional player has signed.
How much is the money he is being paid?
Sir, he is paid approximately 250 million euros for 2 years.
For 2 years. Some people are saying there is more money to it.
Yes, sir.
So, what does it indicate that now Ronaldo's career is over? He has gone to a third grade club.
Sir, given his age, he is about to turn 38 on 5th of February. Sir, there are certain physical limitations on a player.
So, you agree with me? This is just he's making money.
Sir, I can't decide, I can't say what he is specifically doing, but it is
No, but
certainly...
It's quite clear.
Yes,
Someone who has been with some of the best clubs,
Yes, sir.
who has millions of followers,
Yes, sir.
today has gone to a third grade club just because he is getting millions of euros. But no pleasure in playing because that club wouldn't play anywhere.
Yes, sir. Money would have certainly played a big role, sir.
So, are you disappointed as a footballer?
Sir, I certainly believe that there is always evolution working, and something is going up, it will go down in
Speak
future.
loudly.
Sir, I believe if something is going up, it will go down in future. So, sir, I was expecting this move from past few years, and sir, it was bound to happen. Either it was USA, Major Soccer League, or it was Saudi Arabia, sir.
All right. So, the Supreme Court upheld the 10% reservation for the economically weaker section. What is your opinion?
So, the Supreme Court decided to go with the constitutionality of this amendment, and sir, I believe, sir, and there is time now that we decide reservation.
Speak loudly.
Yes. Sir, I believe there is time now where we can decide the economic criteria can be a reason for the reservation, sir.
Okay. That it means that in all other sections also, OBC, scheduled caste, you are for economic criteria.
No, sir. Economic criteria should be one reason, but sir, the social discrimination that few communities have faced in.
Some people say, that's their argument, that reservation is not a poverty elevation program.
Yes, sir.
It is to end social discrimination. So they say that perhaps the Supreme Court has missed the target.
Yes, sir. Sir, reservation in the initial years of our independent history was given to give representation to certain communities because they were lagging behind. But sir, times have changed now, and it should be a criteria, as the Supreme Court have told, that economic and social both backwardness deserve to have some support from the states.
All right. Now, Haryana government has also reserved some jobs
Yes, sir.
for the locals. Are you aware of it? Tell us.
Yes, sir. Sir, Haryana government has decided that 75% of the jobs, low or medium skilled jobs, should go for the local communities.
Okay. And what is the threshold, money threshold?
Yes, sir. It is decided that the 25,000 pay should be the threshold, sir.
Are you sure? It's 25,000?
Yes, sir. As far as I can remember.
All right. And what's your opinion?
Sir, I believe, sir, private sector should be left to hire who they want, because it is a skill-based jobs and it is necessary for the efficiency of the sector.
But
sir.
shouldn't the government care about its youth? Is the duty of the government to provide jobs, whether in the private or public?
Yes, sir, it is the duty of the state, and we have been trying to provide jobs. So, but sir, this step in longer time might take away the jobs, because the companies might shift to other locations.
Okay, so suppose you are the advisor to the present chief minister. What would you advise him instead to do?
Sir, I would advise to focus more on the skills, to enhancement of the skills of the population, and not reserving the seats per se, and focus on the overall human development, so that jobs in the future can be taken by the locals because of the qualifications that they possess.
All right, last question I'll ask you. Some military reforms are taking place in India.
Yes.
Tell us some of them.
Sir, recently in last few years, Chief of Defence Staff has been appointed, and sir, there is a push towards indigenization of defence, and sir, there are permanent commissions for women now. Sir.
Something else? Some Agnipath schemes are there. Are you
Yes,
aware
sir.
of that?
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Some theaterization process.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are aware of this theatre?
Yes, sir.
What is this? Explain.
Sir, it is integrated theatre commands, where all the forces are integrated under one command, and there are commands based on the location and based on the threat.
Why are they doing this? What is the rationale behind this?
Sir, the primary rationale behind it is that there should be integrated commands, so that coherence can be there and actions can be taken swiftly and results can be achieved.
On the one hand, we are saying that we have to reduce defense expenditure.
Yes, sir.
On the other hand, if we are going to make so many theatre commands, more and more squadron, we have very limited squadron.
Yes, sir.
Won't it lead to more expenditure?
Sir, the type of expenditure we are trying to increase is that we should have state-of-the-art weapons, and funds should go towards capital acquisition rather than going towards the pensions and salaries. Sir.
All right. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Rahul,
Yes, sir.
you were talking about Agnipath,
Yes, sir.
Agniveer.
Yes, sir.
Good. So, Agniveer, they are being recruited, no, for military.
Yes, sir.
For what is the what is the period? What will be their service period?
Sir, the Agniveers will be recruited for 4 years.
For 4 years.
Yes, sir.
And will they go to different regiments or what happens? Like we have different regiments, no?
Yes, sir.
Jat regiment,
Yes, sir.
Rajputana rifles,
Yes, sir.
JNK rifles, Kumaon regiment, Garhwal regiment.
Yes, sir.
So how they will go to different this thing?
So sorry, sir, I am not aware.
You are
about
not aware about it. Okay, okay. I think you must be aware that the farm laws, they have been withdrawn.
Yes, sir.
Was it a good thing to withdraw them?
Sir, I personally feel that the farm laws were a step in the right direction for our agriculture sector because of its low efficiency and unsustainability. But sir, the protest that the farmers did and the farmer organizations, they had some fear about the bills. So sir, I believe that they should be reintroduced in future with adequate discussion and debate with the farmer communities, and they should be taken into confidence before introducing these bills.
So what are the positive things about these farm laws as per your understanding?
Sir, there has been a cartelization of the mandi system in our country, and these farm bills, they try to reduce that cartelization so that market price can be achieved without the interference of these mandis.
How?
Sir, they try to deregulate the mandis, the APMC acts, so that there is a market price that goes on through, and overall efficiency can be increased.
Market price means it will be open.
Yes, sir.
It will be open to anyone. I mean, anybody can come and buy or sell the produce anywhere.
Yes, sir.
Something like that.
Yes, sir.
So, do you think that if, like in Gurugram, in Gurgaon, lot of businesses, big multinational houses are there.
Yes, sir.
So, similarly, if in other parts of Haryana, if some big business houses, they are allowed to deal in agriculture.
Yes, sir.
Okay, they finance the agriculture and they do everything.
Yes, sir.
The farmer is also benefited. Do you think it will be a right step?
Sir, if it is done in a controlled environment and the farmers' rights, they can be preserved and their land not to be alienated, I think that can help the agriculture sector.
That can help the agriculture sector. What are the important agricultural crops in Haryana? Wheat and
Rice. Sir.
wheat and rice.
Yes, sir.
What is the issue with wheat and rice? I mean, is there some issue right now?
Sir, it is leading to monocropping.
Monocropping,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. And sir, rice is not environmentally sustainable in the Haryana part of the
Why?
country. Sir.
Why?
So because rainfall is not adequate and we have to plug the groundwater and which is leading to salinization of lands and the groundwater levels are drastically falling, sir.
Okay. So then suppose you are officer over there in Haryana in any district
Yes,
where
sir.
rice is being cultivated. Now you are tasked to tell the farmers, okay, don't do this rice business, do something else. What you will propose and how you will propose?
Yes, sir.
How you will motivate them?
Sir, first of all, I would like to talk to the farmer organizations and tell us how rice is not environmentally sustainable.
Okay.
And then, sir, I will use the government schemes that the government has launched, such as Pani scheme, Har Khet Pani scheme, where we have to make them understand how it is not sustainable in the long term, and the other crops such as the millets, which are agro sensitive, which needs to be cultivated, and we have to create a market for these crops, and we have to increase the consumption of millets also, so that the demand can be managed with the supply.
So we are now we are habituated with wheat and rice since ages. So do you think that we will get a market for millets? And the people will not buy millets. People will buy only wheat and rice. They will ask for wheat and rice. No, they will not buy millets.
Sir, that is the thing with Haryana. The consumption of rice is not there, sir. It is grown just for the selling purposes.
Okay. Good. So you go for crop diversification, you say.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In Haryana, there is another issue, that is with Punjab regarding this sharing of river, the water dispute.
Yes, sir.
What is the latest position in that dispute?
Sir, the dispute is going on from past 2 decades, the Satluj-Yamuna link, and sir, the Haryana government is demanding water from the Punjab side, and recently the Punjab government gave back the acquired land which was given for the construction of the canals.
Give back means what?
So the farmers, they were given back the title rights of the acquired lands.
So now it is not going to fructify. The canal is not going to fructify or what?
Sir, the official stand of the Punjab government is that they won't construct the canals.
They will not construct.
Yes, sir.
So what happens to Haryana then?
Sir, this is an issue where discussions should be done, and
Is it in court also?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
The matter is in court also, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your Haryana is also famous for one place, Rakhi Gadi.
Yes, sir.
What is Rakhi Gadi?
Sir, Rakhi Gadi, as it is recently excavated, it was the biggest Indus Valley civilization site that is found in the country, sir.
Where are the other sites of Indus Valley civilization besides Rakhi Gadi?
Sir, in Haryana?
Not in Haryana, anywhere, wherever you like.
Sir, in Haryana there is this other site in Mitathal in Bhiwani district, and so
In Pakistan?
Yes, sir. Harappa site is in Pakistan, and Lothal site in Gujarat, and sir, few sites are there in Rajasthan also, sir.
Few sites in
Rajasthan also.
Rajasthan also. Okay. Now you tell me something about social forestry. Haryana don't have good forest, no?
Yes, sir.
So what is social forestry? Haryana does a lot of social forestry.
Yes, sir.
What is social forestry?
So social forestry is growing of trees in the community lands so that the forest cover can increase.
And in the burns of the crop field also?
Yes, sir. That also comes under social forestry, but it is specifically called agroforestry, sir.
It is agroforestry.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Thank you, sir.
So what are the benefits of this agroforestry or social forestry?
Sir, if we talk about agroforestry, there are two benefits. First, there will be more control over the microclimate, and second, the farmers can have the price levels.
Some revenue.
Yes, sir, some revenue.
They can get some revenue.
Yes, sir. And social forestry, sir, there can be reclamation of land, and the microclimate can be controlled, and sir, overall health of the ecosystem can improve, sir.
Overall health of the ecosystem can be improved. Good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I will call you back.
Thank you, sir.